Now, within the space-time continuum I'm living in, I can shuffle a deck of cards as many times I please. It always leads to the same result anyways, and that is the ace of spades jumping to the top. OTHMARIUS Magic. Like and subscribe. Now, first things first, if you want to learn, or if you're interested in learning this beautiful shuffle control, which by the way can also be used as a very deceptive forcing technique, check out the links in the info cards as well as the description box, guiding you to my tutorial, an in-depth tutorial on this super awesome move, which by the way is from the Royal Road to Card Magic. That's right, you can find a delicious move like that in this awesome book. Look how my book looks like, it's completely used. Anyways, and then of course you need to have mastered the dribble before you tackle this production, right? Guess what? I also got an in-depth tutorial on the dribble up and running on my channel. It's embedded in my tutorial series, the 5 most valuable flourishes in card magic. Again, you will find the link in the info cards as well as in the description box. Anyways, we are now dribbling not the whole pack, that's the first thing. We are dribbling about half of the deck, I would recommend. Max 2/3, but I would say go for half of the deck. And then also, we are not dribbling from the whole short sides like we would do in an original dribble. We are now dribbling the cards pretty much from the outer right side, from the short side, right? It's basically an overhand grip. Check this out. However, you see my thumb is kind of buckled in, and also the tips of my second and third fingers, right? This is this grip here, basically, you know? This really helps me now to give them cards a little bend here. Not too much, just a little bend, which is required for dribbling them cards. And from this grip now, we have them cards fall from our fingertips by using a controlled pressure relief. We are letting go of pressure here very slowly, and the cards start falling from our fingertips. Let me do this a little faster, and then you can see what's happening with my fingertips and with my thumb. See this motion of the thumb, and you see the fingertips going like this. It's this motion. And this is the secret to have them cards fall one by one from your fingertips. Like we do this in a dribble, you know, with a little different angle here of the thumb, for example. But this is because we need to do this from the corners here more. And then the next challenge is to have them cards fall one by one, except for the very last card, for the top card of the deck. We want to keep the top card clipped at the end of this dribbling motion, clipped between our second finger and our thumb. And if we do this correctly, you will find the thumb as well as the second finger, those fingers are pretty much extended here. So after this whole motion of releasing pressure, yeah, the top card remains clipped between thumb and second finger with the fingers extended or stretched out. The key momentum here is that when you dribble it right, you end up in pole position for actually flipping the card over. Now, this is how you do it. So you end up with the card bent, and then you just let it go. That's the first thing, you just let it go. Naturally, the card bends back, right? That's what's happening, you can see it. Now, when it's bending back, exactly at that moment, you give it a tip or an impulse with your index finger. That's what you do, which should cause the card to flip over. Now, if you give it a try, you will find it's not that easy. So this is really a delicate matter. It's about the right pressure here, bending the cards, and then the right timing when you direct the card, then it's the right amount of energy you put into the card with your index finger, and then you gotta hit it at the right spot also. And this is pretty much about the middle of the long side and about 1/4 of the short side. So I'm talking about this area here, you know, somewhere around here. Also, the angles of the hands and the distance of the hands are an issue. So you gotta bring all these components together to get this result of the card pretty much, you know, flipping over and then plainly, evenly landing on the back of the deck, on the other cards. So once again, the right amount of pressure, and then you give it a tip when the card is bending back, pretty much here in the center at the right side. And there you go. So once you master the dribble and then the flip, Of course, it's time now to blend these two faces into one smooth motion. And that's the last practice step here to get it going like this. And that's that. Guys, if you enjoyed this watch, if this was worth your time, smash that like button and also hit double combo subscribe and notification to get notified on future activities on this channel. There's a lot of great stuff in the making. I have big plans for this year and I want you to be a part of it. And by the way, you guys can also now support me on Patreon, and I would really appreciate it if you take a time to check out my Patreon site. Thanks so much in advance. And that's it for now. Thanks so much for tuning in. You be sure more magical stuff is going to be uploaded very soon.